Good afternoon, everyone. If you would, please rise for a prayer, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Father God, you know why we are here. You know the hearts of all men and women. Remind us today of the urgency of being prepared to serve our fellow human beings in time of need. Help us as helping agents always to be available to the collective as well as the individual needs of others in times of emergency and when people are in stressful and hurting situations. Give us an understanding of the reason why we exist and serve. We affirm today, O Lord, that a better community and a better Randolph County and a better America begins with us. Bless now this giving, and may God bless Randolph County and God bless America. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Meeting called to order for agenda business, and first we have public comment. Here, Richard Tobias. Richard?
Yeah, I just want to start out by saying I read Brad's article in the paper about the city getting a grant for body cams, which I think is a great idea. I talked to the mayor, I think a couple times about it, and he returned my call each time. As I stated before in the past, I don't dislike all cops. I just dislike bad cops, and I just try to get some transparency. I'm trying to come to the meetings to get some awareness about body cams. I've dealt with several people in the community in different departments. I think I dealt with the EMS department, I dealt with 911 department. They've always called me right back with the information I need, because I do some Freedom of Information Acts. The only big hang up I get is right here at this annex building and across the street, the magistrate and the courthouse. I don't know why, but I get my hang-ups there. Every other department I've just treated just fine. I just want to make aware to everybody, the reason I keep coming is because I wish Brian Talkington would have had a body cam on that day, because the guy was very unprofessional. He treated my wife, this was harassing and threatening to my wife, put charges on me that should have never been on me. He didn't come to the house for that. My wife never signed no papers. My wife never had no problems with me. Told him numerous times that day at the house he had no problems with me. And he just continued to write up whatever he fictitiously wanted to write up. And now I have a bad charge on my record, which I don't deserve. And I just keep coming to try to get some transparency. I think I got an envelope I like to give to Rob after I'm done speaking, that I still need some information from him. When I come to these meetings, I think there's a lot of money for body cams, but it seems like the commissioners, I don't blame it all on Rob. I don't think it's all Rob's fault. He's not the lone ranger, he's not doing it all. But I think a lot of it falls to the commissioners, and what I've seen in the 15 or 16 meetings I come to this commission is I seen you guys think you're like Wells Fargo. I think you want to get a return on your investment. I mean, that's not the way you do things. You landed out people's tax money. I think it's bad that not more people come to these meetings. I think they should be in the evening when more people can come. And why people don't come, I don't know, because you guys are using their tax money. I just think some officers could be better trained. Training is a big part of everything. Body cams are real important. They got them all over the country. You go to different states, they've had them up there where I grew up for 5 years, the last 5 years. State troopers have them. They got them right under there, if I'm not mistaken, their left pocket. It almost looked like an iPhone eye. I just don't understand the hold up. Money, what it is, that's the big hold up. It ain't nothing Rob doing or all Rob's fault. It's the hold up is the money. And I think that money should be allotted for important things. I know there's a lot of important things in the community, and I don't think the Forest Staff School is one of them. I mean, there's a lot more important things in this community than forest festivals and giving money to the colleges that overcharge kids to go there to begin with. But my main focus is the body cams. I'm glad the city got the body cams. I hope the county eventually gets the body cams, so something that happened to me doesn't happen to somebody else. Because I'm not solely looking out for myself. Some people might get the impression I do, but I try to look out for some people some of the time. And that's the reason I talked, and I hope we can move forward with body cams. Thank you for your time.
Okay, anyone else, Jared?
That's
Okay. So next we'll move on to the minutes. 7 minutes here.
I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes from our February 3rd meeting as presented.
Motion for, accept the minutes from the February 3rd, 2022 meeting as submitted. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign, motion carried. Place the sign there. There you go, Brenda. Thank you.
Thank you.
So next we have reports. Let's see, we have Aaron, you have a report?
I've provided you with a report, the current numbers for community corrections, but I've also provided you a lot of other documentation that I'll go over that I have prepared. Most of it went into the grant, which we'll talk about here in a few. But so currently we have 106 individuals in the program. So far this fiscal year, we've had 9 full participants, 75 that are conditioned to bond, 5 that are services only, 1 from parole. 1 that was check-ins and drug screens. I've had 50 individuals complete my program, 44 terminate from the program. Of those, I've had 9 individuals re-enter in my program. I've had 3 individuals attend rehab. With community service hours, we've completed 453 hours. With employment hours of our full participants, we've completed 12,120 hours. I've had 3 individuals complete my domestic violence program. With our individuals, we have administered 1,259 drug screens. Of those, 270 were positive, which gives us 989 negatives. With the community service hours, we've saved the county $3,963.75. We've collected $14,424 so far this fiscal year. With the regional jail bill, we've saved the county $954,578. So with the community service savings and the regional jail bill, we saved the county $958,541.75. If you go to the next page, our current number of 106, we've got 15 full corrections, 68 on bond, 14 services only, 6 from probation, and 3 from parole. With our 15 full corrections, we've got 8 employed, 2 unemployed, 4 on the run, and 1 that's a homemaker. The next page is the financials. So with minus our grant, with community corrections, we've spent $16,828.70. We've brought in the $14,034. With RN Enterprises, we've brought in $286. Again, we will never have an expense with them. It's just a fee that they'll pay us for doing drug screens for them. Federal probation, we've spent $7,850. We've brought in $14,020. With drug court, we've spent $20,710. We've brought in $30,660. With DHHR, we spent $78,633.17. We've brought in $63,935. I did receive a check today for $1,000, so it's $1,000 more, but I still have to submit, and we're waiting on, I just need like 2 numbers, and I can submit the rest of the invoices, which is gonna equal to probably about $140,000 that they'll owe us. So hopefully I'll get those 2 numbers and get those submitted, and we'll see that money coming in. Parole, we spent $40. We've brought in $1,034.80. So far total, we've spent, minus the grant, $124,068.87. We've brought in $123,969.80. So right now we're in the negative $92.07. I'm just going to briefly go over the next documents, just so you have, just so you can see. The next is the DHR drug screens that gives you all the last few years. The total of last fiscal year, we did 7,210 drug screens. We sent 204 to the lab, 249 we did blood tests. Total positives, that includes with prescription, was 814, but the actual positives for DHR was 371. As you can see, the numbers for this up to January for this fiscal year, we've done 2,542 drug screens. We've sent 151 to the lab. Blood tests, we've done 184. Total positives, that includes prescriptions, 231 screens, but the actual positives were 170. The next one is just for community corrections. So the numbers for last fiscal year, we did 2,293 drug screens. We sent 209 to the lab. We did 73 blood tests. Of those positives, that includes prescriptions, was 580, but the actual positives were 505. So far, up to the end of January of this fiscal year, we've done 1,225 drug screens. We've sent 91 to the lab. We've done 43 blood tests. Total positives was 398, but that includes prescription, but the actual positives were 266. The next few documents are just, I kind of broke it out with numbers. So the next one just shows the number of clients of males versus females each month from February of 2021 to the last month, January of 2022. But you can see that as you look at the numbers that we do have more males on our program than we do females. But when it comes to DHR clients, we have more females than we do males. And you can kind of see those numbers as you look through the different months. But that's just, which is why we have more drug screens with females with DHR than we do with drug screens with females with community corrections. So the next document was the drug screens that were completed during July of 2020 each month. As you can see the totals down there for that fiscal year, the comparison between North Central Community Corrections and DHR. As you can see, the total for last fiscal year, the males were 1,307. That was for community corrections. Females was 920. With DHR for that fiscal year, the males were 2,815, where the female drug screens was 4,395. So it's just, like I said, this is just information just so you can see what we've been up to. Then the next page is just the current numbers. I'll let you look at that one. The next couple pages is the 2021 fiscal year, the positives. That's just breaking it down between the males and the females for each month. That's just showing you the difference. And those are, the columns show, you know, the first column was community correction male positives, and then the next one is the actual positives. So the first column was ones that included the prescriptions, the second one's is the actual positives. So, but that just kind of lets you see the statistics on that. And then the next page is just the current one so far up to the end of January. And then the last few pages, I try to give you this, and I try to give it to the prosecutor and the sheriff whenever I can. These are the statistics on the actual positives. So if you want to look at, the first ones are for community corrections only. The 2021 was last fiscal year, as you can see, compared to the 17-18 fiscal year. Again, at that time, the big issue around our area with at least the participants of the program was buprenorphine and benzodiazepines. So, as you can see, buprenorphine at that time, at 17-18 fiscal year, was 32%, and last fiscal year, buprenorphine was only 6%. The biggest issue right now is methamphetamine. As you can see, in 17-18 fiscal year, meth was 28%. Last fiscal year, it was 44%. Marijuana has definitely jumped. It has fluctuated. In 17-18 marijuana, it was 12%, but last fiscal year, it moved up to 25%. It's fluctuating in the last few years in the 20s. We're not seeing a big issue with cocaine, or benzos, or buprenorphine, or opiate, or oxy. But as you can see through the years, we are seeing a big issue in the last year to now of fentanyl and ecstasy, because it's being laced in with meth. A lot of times our participants are testing positive for meth. They're also testing positive for fentanyl and ecstasy, and they don't understand why. And we clearly state to them, well, it's probably in the meth you're using, which for some reason it shocks them every time we tell them. So, but as you can see, the current numbers right now for community corrections, methamphetamine, this is as of the end of January. Methamphetamine is at 45%, marijuana is at 21%, buprenorphine has jumped a little to 12%. Again, opiates, oxys, benzos. Alcohol is starting to be kind of showing its face, but as you can see, fentanyl is at 4% and ecstasy is at 7%. The rest of them are remaining about 1-2%, somewhere in there. The last pages are the positives for HHR. As you can see, the 18-19 fiscal year, buprenorphine was at 21%. This past year, it's at 5%. I'm sorry, last year it was at 4%. Alcohol in 18-19 was at 4%, but last fiscal year, I apologize, it is really dark. It's at 14%. Methamphetamine in 18-19 with the DHR clients was 27%. Last fiscal year was at 39%. Marijuana in 18-19 fiscal year was 21%, and last year it was at 32%. This is currently up to the end of January. Methamphetamine is at 42%. Marijuana is at 23%. Alcohol is at 19%. The remaining of them are around the 2%, other than buprenorphine is at 5% and ecstasy is at 5%. So, biggest still issue in the area, and at least among the people that we drug screen, is methamphetamine.
Thank you.
Sorry for all the info.
Okay, Rob, do you have anything from 911 OEM?
Just what's on the agenda.
Okay. Kurt, anything from Mercy Squad?
A few things that we do have. We've got Robert Patrice was an EMT basic, just graduated paramedic school, so we'll be opening up an EMT full benefit position March 1st, closing March 14th. All 11 trucks are in service. We completed last year 6,900 emergency calls, and then we're full staff, so all 3 stations are up and running. Thank you.
Yep, thank you. Sheriff, any reports?
Just something real quick. I've had Lieutenant Talkington working with Axon, people who make our pagers, or tasers, working on a body camera quote. You guys, we're still actively looking for a grant. You guys have to approve that. So I want to have actual true numbers to be able to throw out. If we apply for a grant, I want updated numbers as much as possible. So next week, we're gonna, he and I, maybe the chief, we're gonna have a Zoom meeting with a representative from Axon to show what the options are for the new body cams that are out, which would also be compatible with our tasers. So if we actually take that out of the holster, camera comes on automatic, records the stuff. So just something for you guys to be able to look at if a grant opportunity arises, so that we can move quickly with it. See, the city got theirs, ours was denied, not for lack of effort, just the fact that ours was denied and theirs was granted. I can't give reasons why. So that's basically it. We're trying to get active numbers so that you guys have something to work with if that opportunity arises.
All right, sure. Thank you. Brenda, you have any reports? Next, we move on to correspondence. Brooke, you have anything? Announcements. Next meeting will be the first Thursday of March. I don't know what day that is.
The 3rd.
The 3rd? March 3rd at 1:30 here. In Kane Annex. Okay. Next, we have items for discussion and action. Item A is an informational presentation and funding request from Desiree
Clayton for Harmon?
Desiree's not here, so it's gonna be me.
Okay.
Desiree
And
got
you
held
don't.
up at work.
And she will be here.
I don't have a lot of information because Desiree has it with her, and I do apologize that she did get held up at work. After I presented for Elkins High School, she contacted me. Of course, Desiree graduated with me in '93. Her son is a senior at Harmon this year. They have never done a Project Safe graduation. We've always opened it up to the kids from Harmon to come to Elkins, but I see the point of they don't wanna go back across the mountain tired. So Desiree approached me and I said, this is what, I'm trying to guide her through the procedures. Basically, they don't have but 15 graduates this year. So they just wanna do something small for them, nothing big like Elkins. So basically what she is wanting is financial support from you all to keep those kids safe, like we keep Elkins and Taggart Valley keeps them safe. Unfortunately, I don't have anything to give you, because I didn't know I was gonna end up doing that. So I just asked that the commission support Harmon on their very first Project Safe graduation, and we can get you the letter or whatever you need to get the check issued.
Yeah, you couldn't have anything, like say it's personal.
I don't,
so you
I
have
just
to
kinda
go
got,
up
she messaged me and I'm like, I guess I'm presenting.
Is that a letter right there?
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we approve, $1,000 for the Harmon, Safe Graduation Project to be taken from courthouse contractual. And then she'll need to give Brenda, cause there's no address or anything.
Okay.
For what this is, where the check would go, so.
Okay, I would say probably Harmon School, but I'm not real positive
Just
on
let her
that.
get with the Brooke.
Oh, yeah, I'll just give her
And then
Brooke's
Brooke can get the
email and
information,
she can,
Is that where
She
they're
just
having it,
emailed it.
they're having it at the school?
she's talking between the school and the fire department, because the school is where they hold graduation.
Hmm.
So the school's kind of tied up at that point, so I told her, I said, the easiest thing to do, and it might be easier for her to do it at the school with only 15, unlike us with 200. It takes us 3 days to set up. Her, it's gonna take roughly maybe a day, if that. So I told her, I said, you just need someplace where you can get everything set up. That way you're not rushing right after graduation to get everything set up for them. So I'm hoping this works, because I told her, I said, I can't be there. That's our shopping night. I can't be. So she's kind of on her own on this one. I said, I'll have my phone, but
Well, this will help get them started, so.
it will, and it's been long coming and long needed for them. And I'm happy to see that the parents are taking the initiative to do this. Cause and I understand, I wouldn't wanna travel over that mountain. I mean, it scares me with our kids going home in the morning after being up all night. As I tell them, and Robbie can vouch for me, whenever I go home, I call the comm center and make sure everything's clear before I go home and go to bed. Now, if they would tell me, yeah, there was an accident, I don't know what I would do. I would probably feel like I needed to go to the hospital. But I don't know what I would do at that point. But as I tell the kids, my job's not done until that call to the comm center goes in. So, I understand. So hopefully with this money, it'll get them started and they can continue this party for them. I mean, their class sizes vary anywhere from 10 to 15. I think I've seen maybe the most at 20 since I've been doing scholarships for them, but their classes are very small.
Okay.
So I thank you on Harmon's behalf and on Desiree's behalf, and we appreciate it very much.
We got a motion on the floor to accept the funding request for Harmon High School in the amount of $1,000 paid from courthouse contraction. That's for the after graduation party, and take it out of courthouse contraction. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you very
All right,
much.
Angie, yeah, thank you.
Thank you. You shouldn't see
Thanks
me
for helping
again.
them out.
I promise, you shouldn't see me again.
Till next year.
Till next year. But no, Dave, you'll see me,
I'll see you.
yeah, you'll see me,
Okay.
cause I come begging for you.
I know.
Okay, next we have an informational presentation and fund request from Center Against Violence. We have someone here to speak to this.
Yes, good afternoon, and thank you for letting me come and speak with you all. My name is JJ Johnson. I'm the new Executive Director of Centers Against Violence. I've been there since August, and I'm here today to ask for funding to help us with our infrastructure. We have a shelter here in Randolph County, and over the last year, we've had cuts in our grants from VOCA, the Victims Crime Act funding, which totaled in 23% this year. Next year will be 66%. That is going to cut into us being able to keep the shelter running. That means we have an old house, we have plumbing issues, things happen. But I wanted to share with you all some numbers because it's all about the data. It's all about the numbers. In 2021, we served 760 clients. 75% of those were domestic violence survivors. 1.1% were human trafficking survivors. 9.8% were stalking survivors, and 14% were sexual assault survivors. This includes not only Randolph County, but the 5 other counties that we serve, which is Braxton, Barber, Tucker, Upshur, and Webster. And we have a staff in each of the additional counties, and then our 16 staff that work out of our Elkins office. I was just informed within the last month, we've provided services to 170 people. We're seeing an increase with the pandemic, with more folks coming, not only women and children, but men. We've had men in our shelter. We have families that come to the shelter, and it has grown tremendously. I've seen a growth just since I've been there, that the need is continual, and we're getting more and more vocal about reporting it, coming to help. And we want to treat the whole person, and sometimes they need shelter. The reason why I'm very passionate about this is I'm a domestic violence survivor. I went there in '99. Did not stay at the shelter, but I went there for services. And since that time, I went on to finish my college degree, got my master's in social work, and have been a social worker for the last 21 years. Without them helping me understand what happened to me, I wouldn't be here. So, we are respectfully requesting $23,000 to help us keep us going, to help us continue to help the people of Randolph County and keep the shelter open. Because like I said, we've got a plumbing problem that just will not go away. And if anybody knows any kids that are interested in plumbing, please encourage them to go into it. It is hard to find a plumber in this county. What questions do you all have?
So this used to be Women's Aid in Crisis?
Yes, we changed in 2019 to display the inclusiveness, that we weren't just treating and helping women and children. We help men and anyone. We'll help anyone that meets our criteria. And if they don't meet our criteria, we provide resources to them in whatever area that they need.
So Elkins is the hub for these other counties?
Yes.
Now, have you gone to the other county commissions too to ask for any funding from them?
That's what I'm in the process of doing that now.
Okay. Because we'll be doing our budget starting next month.
First, starting March, we're doing the budget.
Okay.
Let's see where we are.
You asked for it out of art funding, I believe, is what it
Yes,
was?
yes.
Yeah, so, well, we're trying to do a lot of infrastructure projects first, and
Yes.
then see what we had left over, so. And we give them their budgeted item,
It used to be,
used to be. So we can look at it during budget.
and they put back on
Okay.
as a budget.
I
line.
appreciate that because there's funding cutting everywhere, and everybody's just trying to keep everything going with duct tape and hard work and
The plunger.
Yes,
Plumbing problems.
plumbing, yes. It's always plumbing.
Thank you.
Thank you, I appreciate your time.
Okay, next we have an informational presentation and funding request from the Tucker County Foundation for Run For It.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. I'm Jeff Ellers. I'm the Development Director with the Tucker Community Foundation. I was going to talk to you a little bit about Run For It. I'm sure you're familiar with it. You guys have been supporting us since 2013. We're a 2K, 5K run. Happens up in Davis. It's going to be on the 24th of September this year. It benefits nonprofits within Randolph County. I sent some stuff over. I assume you got it here. There's quite a few teams here that participated, last year. Of that 5,000 you guys gave us from last year, 48,000 plus went back into Randolph County. So it's a huge
Return on investment.
Yes, definitely. So I'm requestfully coming to ask you guys again for the donation of $5,000 to help, us support these local nonprofits throughout Randolph County. And see if you guys have any questions.
So again, just for people that don't know, if we give the money again this year, the 5,000, you said how much comes back? How much came back?
From last year, you gave 5,000, $48,695.74 went back into Randolph County for last year to those nonprofits, which were, I can give you, read off a few of them here. Some people might be familiar with them. The Arts Center, Arts Bank, Augusta Heritage, Beverly History Heroes, Catholic Charities of Elkins, Centers Against Violence, the DHS Foundation, Elkins Bookhounds, Elkins Otters, the Highland Trail Foundation, the Knights of Columbus, the Literacy Volunteers of Randolph, Meals on Wheels of Randolph, Mountain Arts District, Randolph Climb, Team Pioneer, Youth Health Services, and Youth Build in North Central.
And there's a lot of teams from Randolph County too.
Oh, yes. They, Youth Build came on last year, was their first year, and really blew it out of the water, raised a lot of money for that organization, which is a great organization, so it was good to see that.
You got any questions?
No, I've worked that thing.
You're going over flagpole, weren't you?
I've shot the gun every year for 8 years.
Just a starter, huh?
Yeah, I'm the starting pistol guy.
No, I don't have any. I've been there a few times. It's quite a crowd, quite an event, I think.
Yep.
There you go. I'll make a motion to approve the funding request for Run For It in the amount of $5,000 to be taken from the courthouse contractual.
Okay, got a motion for to approve the funding request, Run For It in the amount of $5,000, which will be taken from courthouse contractual. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We got his address and everything right there, I'm
You
sure.
got the letter.
Yep, throw it up.
I'll write it up and give it to you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, next we have item D, is consider approval of grant for North Central Community Corrections. We have Aaron here to talk about that.
So it is grant time again. I've been working day and night on this thing and I'm almost done. There's a couple more signatures. Actually, right before I came, I ran over, because I remember Tim Prentice was in court, so I ran over and got his signature from the board. I got 2 more board signatures I need to get, but. So this is just a easy breakdown of what the request is for our grant application. As you can see, it is very, very close to what I had requested last year from the grant. The only thing I changed from last year's request to this year's request is I had to modify the salaries just slightly. Obviously, which is, one of the next agenda items is I lost Zach, so he went, to work with the FBI. So that, for the officer salary, that changed. Obviously, we're starting over, so that went down. And the only other thing I changed, I believe, in the salaries from what I requested last year was just years of service. So as you can see, my salary and part of my benefits are within the grant, and then the other part of my benefits go with cash match. The DRC officer, which is John Conniff, and his salary benefits are all grant, other than just a little portion of it is cash match. Then the other officer position is the whole salary and benefits is all cash match. Contractual services, which help pay for the services that we provide to our clients, our classes, our counseling. The request is $19,850. Travel and training is $1,400. Equipment is $2,000, and supplies is $16,300. Supplies takes care of copy rent, drug screens, office supplies, paper, that kind of stuff. Lab results, now blood test results, that kind of stuff. So the total grant request is $140,721 with their cash match formula, which as a math major I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense to me, but it's their formula. That would make the cash match being $60,309. So with the salaries, there's an additional $1,000 for contractual services and $8,626 for supplies, which gives the $60,309. So the grant request is for, again, $140,721 with the cash match of $60,309. So the total of that is $201,030. So that is, and like I said, this is a request. We will probably not get that. As we have seen in the past few years, the last 2 years, we've only gotten 100,000. I'm praying that we get the same thing next year. I would like more money, because it doesn't, more is better, but we'll take what we can get. So I basically am requesting what I did last year, but we never get what we asked for, so I'm hoping that they might consider giving us a little bit more money this next year, but hopefully we'll get at least 100,000 like we have for the past couple of years.
So you're submitting a grant application?
Yeah, and the grant application is due March 4th. Like I said, the only thing I have left to do with it, I gotta continue to get some more support letters, which I'm still hounding some people on. I gotta get 2 board signatures, which I'll probably get tomorrow. Otherwise, it's kind of.
So you're asking for us to approve your grant application? Okay, I make a motion that we approve the grant application for the North Central Community Corrections as submitted.
Okay, got a motion on the floor to approve the grant application for North Central Community Corrections as presented. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign, motion carries.
And I think Brooke has,
We have signs on those.
you got lots of signing. So, sign and date, I have them marked, and then do you have?
Right there.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's start here. Sign, date.
You get mailed in this year?
I do not mail it.
Mail in person.
No, ever since the first year I was here, we have never mailed this in. It's actually building this.
Oh, just a sign here?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
good.
rest of them are, that might be, actually, that is this one. And then I'll go track down Sid and have him sign the other one. Okay, and then, so that one is that one. And there's, oh, wait, and this one. It's like signing your life away.
It is. Dave on.
project.
And that should be it. Wow, and then this is the support letter.
I think you just bought a new house.
You did. Actually,
Or car.
or a car.
Yeah, car problem.
Are you there?
All right, I'm going back to podium, because I'm on it again.
Thank you. You're up again here.
I know, I'm not going anywhere.
Let's see, so next we got approval of intern for North Central Community Corrections.
Okay, so, D&E College got a hold of me, about a month ago. We've done internship, we haven't had one in a while, just because of COVID. He had got a hold of me about a month ago, and then he called me last week. It was before the board meeting, and he had 2 interns, which now we're down to 1, because the other one I think was thinking of parole, but that's here and there. So, I'm asking for a request to approve the internship of Lauren Witter. She needs to, the request is actually to start as of today, but pending her background. We had a discussion with the board members, and the board decided that interns will have to get their own backgrounds done. And she tried last week when I met with her Thursday after the board meeting, and basically she couldn't get it done till today. So supposedly they're going to be sending me a copy of it, or she'll get it to me somehow. So I'm asking for the request to approve the intern. She's got to complete 120 hours. It's a non-paid benefit position. It's just doing hours. The liability is with the college, and it's just to complete it all by May, by graduation. It will be pending her background once I get it back. I was hoping to have it before today, but she tried on Tuesday, and they said she had an appointment, so she ended up getting back today. She said it is completed, but we're just waiting for the results of it. She's from Texas, Austin, Texas. She's in the criminal justice degree program, so.
What's her name again?
Lauren Witter.
Lauren Winter.
Yeah, I have a letter here.
Okay, good.
Wait a minute.
You gonna make it here?
I got too much stuff here.
All right, I'll make a motion to accept the request for the community corrections intern Lauren Winters, right?
Witter or Witter?
It's WHITTIER.
Witter.
Yes. Okay.
Just say yes.
Correction.
Yes.
So you approved, you got, motion for it, accept the request for community corrections intern, name being Lauren Witter. Pending a background check.
Pending the background check, yes.
And I'm hoping to have that soon. She emailed me and asked if she could start today, but I'm gonna email her back, so I wanted to wait before I emailed her back to see what you all said. But I'm gonna tell her that she can start as soon as we get that background. And then, and we already talked, we worked around her class schedule, so she's gonna be doing it in the mornings. I believe Monday morning, Wednesday morning, and then she can decide all day on Friday if she wants to do all day Friday, because she doesn't have any class that day.
So the starting date will be as soon as she gets her background
As soon
check
as we get
in.
the background.
Okay. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign, motion carries. Next, we have consider new hire for North Central Community Corrections.
Okay, so, as I said before, I lost Zachary Stell. He got a position with the FBI. So I had put an ad in the paper, for, request for resumes. I actually did it twice, and as the board meeting last Thursday, I indicated the only resume I had gotten was actually my assistant Kim. Kim is qualified. Her resume meets all qualifications, and we've had her since June. So this is actually a request to technically just move her from the assistant position to the DRC officer position. Starting as of next Monday. I talked with the girls and talked with her, and we're good. That way we're not doing it in the middle of a pay period. The girls next door might kill me if I did that, but, so we're gonna start it as of Monday, with a wage of $12.02 an hour, which equals to $25,000 a year, with full benefits. And I did talk to the girl. She is currently in 072, and they said it was perfectly fine to move her from 072 to 151 because she will be our cash match. So we are gonna get her moved from 072 account over to 151 so that we can still continue to use the DRC officer as our cash match for our grant. So, it's actually just requesting of a move from assistant to officer.
All right, I make a motion that we approve the hire/move of Kim Collins for the North Central Community Corrections full-time position as DRC officer. This request to start February 21st, 2022, wage of $12.02 an hour, or $25,000 a year with full county benefits. And it's to fill the vacancy that is budgeted in account 151.
Okay. Okay, got a motion on the floor to approve. Let me get the glasses. Request for approval by Randolph County Commission to hire or move Kimberly Collins from North Central Community Correction for a full-time DRC officer position. With this request to start on February 21st, 2022, the wage of $12.02 an hour, which is $25,000 a year with full benefits. And this is to fill the vacancy of DRC officer position that's budgeted in 151. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign, motion carries.
And I will be back at some point, and you'll see me probably before that, but I'm gonna put in the paper for an assistant position, cause now I need to replace her. So, hopefully I will have, a little more luck getting some more applicants, so. Not that Kim wouldn't have done a great, I mean, she's gonna do a great job, she's doing really well, and she's learned a lot in the 6 months that she's been with us, so she's gonna do a perfect job, but now I just need to replace her. Thank you.
All right, Aaron, thank you. So next we'll move on to item G, and that's, consider approval of funding request from the Beverly Heritage Center. Do we have a letter?
Yeah, we have a letter from Arden Swecker, and Phyllis Baxter requesting, well, I'll just give you a little thing about, again, how we are investing, money, into the county. So they're requesting $25,000 from the county commission to continue our operations for the second half. This is for the Beverly Heritage, CVB, and Center, I'm sorry. And it's to continue their operations for the second half of fiscal year 2021-2022. To put it in perspective, I'm assuming that each visitor to the Heritage Center spent the average amount calculated by the National Park Service. They estimate that in 2021, their presence was responsible for about $272,000 being spent back into Randolph County. Support from the County Commission will help sustain this growth and success, and to increase visitation and serving of Randolph County tourists. So again, where we invest $25,000 into an organization, we're getting a good return on our money. And that's what I believe that we try to do, is not spend money frivolously, but making sure that it goes to a good cause and we're getting money back, so.
That's their share of hotel motel tax.
Yeah, the hotel motel tax goes to fund the CVBs, and that's where people like this group brings into, they run for it. They bring people into the county that stay at the hotels, they collect the tax, hotel motel tax, and then we get half of that we can donate back, half of it goes to the CVBs and the other half toward the organizations to promote tourism, so. I make a motion that we, approve the funding request again for $25,000, which is their share of the hotel motel tax, to help them sustain their operations for the second half of fiscal year 2021-2022.
Okay, sweet. We've got a motion on the floor to approve the funding request from the Beverly Heritage Center in the amount of $25,000, which is be taken from their part of the hotel motel tax. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, all opposed, same sign, motion carries. But like you said, that's already set back form, they're just requesting.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, next, moving on to item H, let's consider new hires for the 911 center, I guess that's where Robert.
Yeah, Shauna unexpectedly couldn't make it today, so I'm stepping in for her.
So we got you, huh?
Yeah, you got me. The notes I have here, it's in reference to 3 new dispatchers we're hiring. We'll start next Tuesday, since Monday's a holiday. We'll start next Tuesday. First one is a Sheila Cross. Second is a Rachel Shanholtz. And the third is Michaela Blosser. All starting at a probationary period, starting wage $11.25 an hour with benefits. After their training probationary, they'll move up to the, $13.97?
It's right at $14 an hour.
Okay. Just don't have it wrote down here what the.
Now, with the hire of these three, will you be back to fully staffed?
Very close,
Right.
very close. Yeah, we've actually got 2, well, my old position. Richie that went to the sheriff's department. And then I believe there's maybe one more that's.
So you need about another
should-
3.
Yeah, so that should get us close to being fully staffed again.
All right, I'll make a motion that we approve the hiring of Sheila Cross as telecommunicator trainee. The position is a full-time position with county benefits, probationary period of 6 months, starting pay of $11.25, beginning February 22nd. Also, can we do all 3 at once?
Yeah, we can, that's all the same one.
Yeah, it's all the same. And then also the hiring of Michaela Blosser, who will be the same as full-time position, probationary period 6 months, starting pay $11.25, again, starting February 22nd. And then Rachel Shanholtz, telecommunicator, full-time position, probationary period 6 months, $11.25 an hour, again, starting February 22nd. And the current budget covers all these wages.
Okay, I'll move that we approve the hire for the 911 center, and these hires being Sheila Croft, Rachel Shanholtz, and what else?
Michaela Blosser.
Michaela Blosser. And these are all be full-time positions with county benefits and probationary period of 6 months, starting pay $11.25, begin work on February 22nd of 2022. And the current budget will cover all these wages. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign, motion carries.
And the next thing we have is hiring for someone in the mapping and floodplain office. Miranda Story is candidate for that position. It's a full-time position. Looks like she has $33,280 a year with county benefits for that position. And it'll also start next Tuesday, the 22nd.
Was she a dispatcher and applied? or-
No, she,
So-
actually, she was the one, I don't know if, Shauna filled you all in on her. No, she worked for Billington Clinic. She was one of their administrators for like 15 years.
Mhm.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, so I make a motion that we approve the hiring of Miranda Story as a GIS floodplain manager, full-time position, county benefits, probationary period of 90 days, starting pay of $33,280, and to begin work on February 22nd. Shauna's current budget covers these wages.
Okay, motion on the floor to approve the hiring of Miranda Story as GIS floodplain manager. This is a full-time position with county benefits and a probationary period of 90 days. Starting pay at $33,280 and to begin work on February 22nd, 2022. The current budget will cover these wages. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign, motion carries. You need-
No, I need this one. Sorry about that.
And last thing, I'm not sure if this is a request or if it's on the agenda. It's a note at the bottom here. It says, moving 10,000.
It's a budget revision, it's a budget revision, it's not,
I
Okay.
think, do you have that book?
it'll be taken up under budget revisions.
You don't have to. We'll take care of that later.
That's all I've got then. Okay, thank you.
All right.
You did a good
Yeah,
job.
you're welcome, thank you. Okay, moving on is, consider board appointment to Randolph County Animal Authority. How many do you have open?
We just have one, I requested from the commission, this time I don't speak on
Okay.
it, but,
That's fine.
anyways, we just requested to have Jamie Morgan removed. We haven't seen him since he was placed on appointment, and we've got a few names. We've sent Raylan Moore's in as a possible candidate if approved.
Okay. You want to do these together?
How many do you have?
Just making a motion to remove and then add.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, I'm gonna make a motion to approve the removal of Jamie Morgan from the ambulance authority, per the authority of bylaws. Also, make a motion to approve the appointment of Ray Lamore Jr. to the Randolph County Ambulance Authority to fill the unexpired term of Jamie Morgan, beginning immediately and ending June 30th, 2024.
Okay, got a motion on the floor to approve the removal of Jamie Morgan from the ambulance authority per the authority bylaws, and another motion to approve the appointment of Ray Lamore Jr. to the Randolph County Ambulance Authority to fill the unexpired term of Jamie Morgan, beginning immediately and ending June 30th, 2024. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign, motion carries. Are you still having board meetings, are you having through like Zoom or in person yet?
It just depends on the status and stuff's going. Our next one will be the March, last Tuesday of March.
Okay.
Make a motion to go to executive session.
You-
Okay, we're up to item,
I'm up on
J.
That's discussion of a personnel matter for 911.
since it's personnel matter, I make a motion that we go to an executive session.
Our motion to go in executive session at 2:25. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign, motion carries.